Today, we're gonna talk about the top 3 equipment-free fat loss exercises. For those new to the channel, I'm Austin with Training Tall, and you probably can't tell on camera, but I am 6'8". And while I might be tall, Training Tall is all about giving you the tips and strategies to help you take your fitness and health above the average, no matter how tall you are. And when it comes to fat loss, let's get this out of the way early. You need to be in a caloric deficit. You need to be consuming less calories than your body is burning. But what you're gonna find from this video is that I'm not gonna be talking about calorie burning exercises. Exercising simply to burn calories, all it does is kind of offset the equation of calories in, calories out ever so slightly, and you can easily offset 200 calories burned from 20 minutes of non-stop burpees with something like a serving and a half of olive oil. And I'm not trying to bash cardiovascular exercise. It's super important for heart health, and it is good to burn some calories when we exercise. But a more effective strategy for fat loss comes from body recomposition. That means instead of focusing on weight loss, we want to focus on fat loss by building up our lean body mass and reducing our fat mass. And the best way we can do that is through resistance training. And that means challenging our muscles with specific exercises. And with the 3 exercises that I'm going to show you, 2 of them you might have never heard of or done before, and the 3rd one, you're probably just gonna hate me for. So stick around to the end if you wanna see if you hate me or not after I talk about it. But if you can start implementing these 3 exercises for a few sets, a few times a week, you're gonna be shocked at the results you're gonna get from doing these exercises. So this first exercise I'm gonna show you is an exercise that challenges your lower body muscles, your leg muscles. And I call this exercise the lying leg lunge. Now, what makes this specific exercise super awesome is that unlike a conventional lunge where you step back, drop your back knee down to the ground, and then step up and forward and repeat that motion, the lying leg lunge physically has you rest your lower leg on the ground behind you. And so instead of coming up onto the toes, you don't have that back leg to support you on your way back up. You might be thinking, Austin, why is this a good thing? Well, when you don't have access to heavy weights, if we're solely using our body weight, we need to find a way to make the resistance challenging for us without the use of external weight. And by resting that back leg down, not being able to use our back leg to help us get up, we can really challenge those leg muscles, especially if you're a beginner or an intermediate exerciser person. This is not an exercise that you want to try to rush through and crank out as many reps as possible. And so we want to take our time lowering down into that position, focusing on muscle tension, and as we step forward and out of it, to really press through that foot as you step yourself up to the top. And the slower you go, the more challenging this becomes. And if you find this a little bit too challenging, you can always use a chair for support to help you out. And as far as reps and sets go, with all the exercises we're gonna talk about today, if you can get between 2 to 4 sets, somewhere between 6 to 12 repetitions for each leg, that's gonna be the most effective strategy. Give yourself about a minute to 90-second rest in between each set. That's all you need for this one. And it is going to light up your lower body, and you are gonna be so sore, you're gonna make such good booty and leg gains, you're gonna love it. Give it a try. The second exercise that we're gonna talk about today is an exercise that is going to train your entire back end. And this exercise is called lying lateral pulldowns. And the idea is to lie down on your stomach with your arms straight out in front of you and extended. You want to lift yourself up by flexing your lower back, and then very slowly and very focusedly drive your elbows out and down into your body laterally, and then out and back to straight arms. And repeating that motion all while holding that tension in your low back. But why is this so effective for fat loss? Because it's training the muscles that are most neglected by individuals that need to lose weight. The musculature of our posterior end, our backside, is typically the most underdeveloped. And so if it's the most underdeveloped, it has the most potential to increase lean muscle mass. And this is a great way to fire up the entire backside. You want to take this exercise as slow as you can. And if you can focus on getting as much lift out of your body as you can, digging your elbows as slowly as you can, arms in and out from that position, you're gonna get the most out of that exercise. But scale it back as you need to. If you can't lift yourself up as high, or you need to move your arms a little bit faster in order to get your reps in before tiring, then scale it back as you need to. Again, aiming for that 6 to 12 rep range, 2 to 4 sets, a minute to 90 seconds rest in between. Okay, and so now we get into the third exercise, the one you love to hate, the one you love to not do, but is so good for you. It is the classic, the original, the unmatched push-up. You hate to hear it, I know, but push-ups are so effective at increasing our upper body strength in the front of our body, as opposed to that second exercise, which was targeting the back of our body. With the push-up, we're able to work our chest muscles, the backs of the arms, the shoulders, our core, everything all at once. And what's even better about the push-up, there's so much variation to this to scale it depending on where you are in your fitness journey. If you can't do any push-ups at all, you can take it to your knees and onto a chair. You can work to knees on the ground. You can do the intermediate, go down off of your knees and then up on your knees. You can do the full push-up with your knees off of the ground. You can even take it to decline push-ups, where you put your feet up onto a chair or a ledge and try to do push-ups that way, which is way more challenging. There's so much variety and scalability with this exercise, and it has so many great lean body mass boosting benefits. It's a must-do and will always rank in the top exercises for fat loss, for recomposition, and body weight strength. Remember, with all these exercises, success with your fat loss starts with your caloric deficit, eating less calories than your body is burning per day. You are gonna burn some calories with this exercise, but if you're very diligent about monitoring your food intake, focusing on the intake of low-calorie dense foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, and other legumes, and you implement in these 3 exercises, as well as the vast variety of other awesome body weight resistance training exercise, you give this stuff some time and some consistency, you'll be shocked. But you gotta remember, these things don't happen overnight. They don't even happen in a couple weeks. It takes a lot of time and dedication, but keep in mind, you've got a whole lot of life to live. How old are you that are watching? Are you 40, 50, 60, 70, 30, 20? Regardless of your age, you've got at least a decade, if not decades upon decades upon decades, to get better and to achieve your goals. That is so much freaking time, and it starts today with being purposeful today. Do these exercises a couple times a week, give it a couple months, and you're gonna be shocked at the results that you see. If you're curious about more weight loss strategies, you have questions for me about these exercises or other fitness questions, let me know down in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more fitness content from me. Check out my website, trainingtall.net, if you're interested in more things from me. And appreciate you taking some time to watch the video. I hope it could be helpful, and wishing you the best in your fat loss journey, in your fitness journey, wherever you are. Stay positive, bring your best, forget the rest. It's all gonna work out. I'll see you in the next video.